The Philadelphia 76ers have a star in Joel Embiid, who signed an extension of $196 million for 4 years. The Sixers also have a great player who could have been an all-star the past 2 years in Tobias Harris, as well as a good bench with great role players in Seth Curry, Danny Green, Matisse Thybulle, and Andre Drummond. The Sixers still have some things they need to figure out, like what are they going to do with Ben Simmons? If the Sixers can't convince Simmons to stay and they trade him, I think Philadelphia will still be a good team. But will the Sixers still be contenders in the East? The 76ers have had a difficult time making it to the finals, and even just making it past the second round and getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, from players being injured, bad performances, and just being unlucky during the playoffs. Ben Simmons wanting out of Philly doesn't help the Sixers' situation of making it to the finals either. With Philadelphia about to lose an all-star in Ben Simmons, whose numbers dropped last season, but still impacted the game and who has potential to be an all-NBA player if he works on shooting. They will be significantly different depending on who they get from trading Ben Simmons, which could probably be a good thing as long as they get the right player who can play with Joel Embiid. But if they don't get this trade right, then they will be a mediocre team who can only make it to the second round of the playoffs. I think the 76ers should try to build around Joel Embiid again and start to make changes with their roster with not just trading away Ben Simmons, but Tobias Harris as well. It might be hard to trade away Tobias Harris because of his contract and how many people don't think he's at an all-star level yet. But he has averaged a solid 19 points per game the past 2 seasons and had a career-high 21.8 points in the playoffs last season. Even though I think Tobias Harris is a good player, I just think the 76ers should give Joel Embiid different star players that can be a better fit with Embiid than Harris and Simmons. The Sixers already have a GM who isn't afraid to make significant trades in Daryl Morey, so I wouldn't rule out the possibility of Tobias Harris getting traded. The Philadelphia 76ers have a lot of work to do before they can feel confident in making it to the finals, with the Eastern Conference having a lot more teams that are in contention to make the finals, like the Nets, Heat, and Bucks, as well as teams who can make some noise in the playoffs, like the Hawks, Knicks, Celtics, Bulls, and Wizards. All of these teams can give the Sixers a run for their money, especially the Bucks, Nets, and Heat, who are contenders in the East. It's going to be hard for the Sixers to beat most of these teams in the East with what their organization is going through. But I still think they will be okay from having one of the top players in the league today in Joel Embiid. The Sixers just need to focus on trying to build around Embiid again without ruining their chances to compete to win a championship.